In today's video, German legend says, Messi is capable of breaking my record in the World Cup. Messi charms the World Cup with local Florida English. Former Brazilian star says, Messi is better than Ronaldo. Klopp's comment about Messi in the 2026 World Cup. Don't forget to share your predictions in the comments about the Argentine national team in this World Cup. And if you are a soccer fan, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to follow all the latest updates. German legend Messi is capable of breaking my record in the World Cup, said German legend Miroslav Klose, the all-time top scorer in World Cup tournaments. His belief is that his record for the number of goals scored in the World Cup could be broken during the current edition of the tournament. Klose holds the historic record as the top scorer in World Cup history with 16 goals, after surpassing the previous mark recorded by Brazilian Ronaldo during the 2014 edition, before retiring from international soccer. And the German star's record faces a real threat in the current edition. In light of the closeness of both Argentine Lionel Messi, who has 13 goals, and Frenchman Kylian Mbappé, who has scored 12 goals in the history of his World Cup appearances. Klose, the current head coach of German team Nuremberg, said in statements to the newspaper Süddeutsche Zeitung, "I hope my record is broken during the current World Cup." The tournament now includes a greater number of matches and national teams, which gives players more opportunities to score. And he added, Messi and Mbappé are capable of going far in the tournament. And this is wonderful, because records were created to be broken. The former German star also showed his preference for Messi, in case one of the players manages to surpass his number, saying, "If it happens, I will be happy if Messi is the one who breaks the record. I am one of his biggest admirers. He is a genius." And the Argentine national team, champion of the previous edition, is preparing to compete in the 2026 World Cup within Group 10, which also includes the national teams of Algeria, Jordan, and Austria, with its debut coming against the Algerian national team in the first round of the group stage. Messi charms the World Cup with local Florida English. On the world sports scene, there are constants that do not change, among them Lionel Messi's legendary ability and also his strict attachment to speaking in his native language, Spanish. But the recent press conference from the Argentine national team camp in the United States broke this stagnation and triggered a major surprise that quickly became a global trend. During the conference, an American journalist directed a question to the captain of the Tango, and instead of the usual wait for simultaneous translation, Messi surprised those present by answering directly with a short phrase in English, concise but extremely clear. The American media captured the moment with great enthusiasm, and the sports press in the United States considered that the 2 years Messi spent in the ranks of Inter Miami began to completely change his linguistic face, and that he absorbed American culture faster than expected. And on social media platforms, a wave of funny and sarcastic comments exploded, with fans agreeing that Messi not only spoke English, but spoke it with a local Florida accent, in reference to his complete integration with the Miami atmosphere, as part of his mental and communicational preparations to play the last dance of his World Cup career. Despite the humor of the moment and its commercial dimensions, it opens the door to reflect on a phenomenon that accompanied Messi throughout his career: strict pride in identity and national language. For 2 decades in Europe, Messi moved between Barcelona and Paris. He lived in multicultural environments, and although he had mastered the understanding of other countries, he imposed his linguistic pride on everyone. At a time when stars compete to learn English to win the approval of global sponsors, Messi continued to see his Spanish, and with the pure Argentine Rio de la Plata accent, as an inseparable part of his identity as a player and as a person. On major platforms, from the Ballon d'Or coronation stages in Paris to the press conferences of World Cup finals, Messi forced the world media to translate for him, sending an implicit message. Whoever wants to listen to the best in history must understand him in his language. Sociologists see Messi's adherence to his language as the umbilical cord that connected him with the fans in Argentina, who criticized him for years for spending most of his life in Europe. This attachment to the local language and accent rebuilt bridges of trust and complete loyalty with the people of his country. Meanwhile, sports media experts believe that the English phrase Messi delivered in Florida does not mean he is abandoning his linguistic heritage, but rather that it is an intelligent greeting to the host country that welcomed the final chapter of his legendary career. Messi has proven, even while speaking only a few words in English, that he is the one who sets the rules: when to remain silent, when to speak, and in whatever language he wants, leaving the world, as always, running behind to understand what he said. Former Brazilian star, Messi is better than Ronaldo. Brazilian soccer legend Djalminha believes that Messi is better than Ronaldo, and also considers Argentina one of the main candidates to win the 2026 World Cup title. Djalminha. His full name is Djalma Vitocha Diaz. Born in 1970, he enjoys exceptional individual technical skill and high professional abilities. He played for several clubs, including Flamengo, Palmeiras, and Deportivo La Coruña. He was a former player for the Brazilian national team and won the 1997 Copa America tournament with the Samba team. Djalminha currently works at KCTV and resides in the United States. Former midfielder Djalminha recently made his statements about Lionel Messi to the Argentine newspaper Olé and favored the legend Messi over Portuguese star Cristiano Ronaldo, saying, "Is he better than Cristiano? I think Messi is better, but this does not mean diminishing Cristiano. For me, Messi has greater talent and more innate characteristics." And the Brazilian legend added, "I believe that with the quality of this lineup and with Messi remaining here, the Argentine national team is definitely one of the main candidates to win the tournament." Djalminha also praised other players from the Argentine national team, saying, Djalminha also pointed to the situation of the Brazilian national team and compared it with the Argentine national team, saying, "Brazil is currently going through a very complex stage. There is very little time to form the team. We still have not established a clear framework. On the contrary, Argentina is much more stable. They recovered after their victory in the previous World Cup, and now they are ahead of Brazil." Jurgen Klopp's comment about Messi in the 2026 World Cup. "I do not know where to start, and this has not happened to me very often in life. I am a man who always knows what he wants to say. I am Jurgen Klopp, the coach who speaks fast and laughs loudly and hugs everyone in the room. But Messi makes me sit down and remain silent for seconds before the words come. He entered the field in the 71st minute against Iceland, minute 70, and he is 38 years old and returning from an injury. Then in the 72nd minute, a goal, and in the 86th minute, a decisive pass. Only 20 minutes on the field, and he made the difference in the way only Messi knows how to do. This is crazy. This is unnatural. This is Messi. I faced Messi in the Champions League, with Dortmund and with Liverpool. And I will speak to you with complete honesty about that experience because it is important to understand what I am saying now. In 2019 with Liverpool, we went to the Camp Nou in the semifinals, and Messi scored a free kick goal and beat us 3-0. On the way from the field to the bus, I remember that I was thinking, how? How does he find the right corner with this precision under this pressure at this moment? I sat on the bus and thought for a long time. Then I told myself, this is not an ordinary player. This is something different. Of course, we came back at Anfield and performed the miracle, 4-0. And it was a magnificent day in Liverpool history. But I did not forget what Messi did at the Camp Nou, because some things remain in your memory no matter the final result. And now he is 38 years old and doing the same things. And that is exactly what makes it amazing. When I saw the extraordinary pass he made before the penalty in the Iceland match, I told the person next to me, this is what he was doing in 2009 with Barcelona. This pass, with this timing and this precision and vision of the teammate in the right place, before anyone else can reach him. It was present when he was 20 years old, and it is still present when he is 38. This does not happen in physics, but it happens with Messi. I love talking about frontal lobe pressure in soccer, about quick decisions and how players make them. This is a topic I love and have studied a lot in my career. And the conclusion I have reached after all this study and experience is that Messi executes this lobe in a way that no other human being on this planet does. The speed with which he makes the right decision in the most difficult situations and in the moments of greatest pressure. This is not just training. This is a talent that God created and gave to one single person. 8 Ballon d'Ors. The top scorer in the history of the Argentine national team, and he has scored this number at 38. World champion with Argentina in Qatar, and now he is preparing to defend this title. Whoever says Messi is not the best in history needs to explain to me what he is missing, because I do not see what he is missing. I do not see any criterion where Messi does not surpass everyone. I respect Ronaldo and I respect what he has done, but when you ask me with complete honesty, and I'm a man of study, analysis, and a long career in this profession, who is the best in history? My answer is clear: Messi, without doubts, without any reservation. And the 2026 World Cup will confirm this in front of billions, because Argentina with Messi in this preparation is the main candidate to win the title. This is not a wish, and it is not fanaticism. This is an evaluation from someone who has lived this game and knows what makes the difference in major tournaments. The team that has the player who raises the level of everyone around him in the most critical moments is the team that wins in the end. And Messi does this. He transforms good players into great players when they play alongside him. Julian Alvarez, Lautaro, Almada, all of them play at a higher level in the presence of Messi on the team. This collective impact cannot be measured in any statistic. And I will be watching this World Cup with my eyes wide open and my heart open. Because what Messi will do in the coming weeks will be something we tell our children and grandchildren about. And that is exactly why we love soccer. Messi, I have been your admirer since I first saw you on the field. And this admiration has not changed, but increased as the years have passed. Thank you for continuing to give us this beauty, and good luck in the World Cup, unless you face a team I am betting on.